I am going to be taking notes of whatever I have learned today because that's what I decided. I decided that every single day I focus on learning stuff, and then after the whole day is over, like at night or when I know that I will not be learning anything, and just like spend the rest of my day working, then I will have to like document what I've learned. So like documentation is very imperative to me, because in my whole process of learning, I feel like so much is lost by me not rephrasing what I've learned, by me not putting it in my own personal way of saying it. Like I have to say it in my way, and that's how I'm able to like cement the information that I've gained in the morning or in the afternoon. So like today, just to give you an example, I was working out and I was listening to a video from Ali Abdul at the same time. He was talking about getting rich, and I was amazed because something he said hit me hard, and it was true. He said that like getting rich is about being obsessed with money. If you're not obsessed with money, you're not gonna get rich. That's just a fact, okay? Or maybe you're gonna get lucky, you're interested in, passionate about something, and you're doing it, and you don't even care about money, but like the money is gonna come along with you. But like but even then, you're not gonna be as rich as the like, you're not gonna become billionaire. You have to have some level of obsession with money if you wanna get rich. And that was the hard truth that I had to hear, because I thought that money was like such a bad thing to focus on. It was like, no, don't focus on money, focus on something that you're passionate about, or focus on growing your talent and accumulating knowledge. But guess I was wrong. I was wrong because I know that like maybe, like, I don't know, maybe not. I'm not saying that everybody should be obsessed about money and everybody should be rich and I should be rich. I'm not saying that. But if I want to be rich, okay, if I want to actually have something to live with, that I am feeling like I have accomplished a good level of wealth, then I need to be obsessed with it, with everything. Like with anything, this is a rule that works with everything. If you want to become the best creator, you have to create a lot of videos. If you want to become the best writer, you have to write every single day. It's just like whatever you want to do, obsession is a key component. If you don't have this, you're probably going to be an average. Average comes from being just a mediocre who doesn't have an extraordinary level of obsession and of drive toward that thing that they're trying to achieve. So the moral of the story is, try to look at your life and see what you're doing exactly. Like he was talking about the fact that you can just look at your algorithm on, for example, YouTube, and like based on what sort of video it's recommending you, you can figure out what you're obsessed with, right? It's like he was doing it for himself, and he said that he was showing the audience how much of his time was like allocated to money, just because of the amount of videos that the algorithm was recommending him. And the algorithm was actually recommending so much money related stuff, and also at the same time there was like video game stuff that he was interested in, and also like something like he also mentioned he wanted to do a side quest like drawing, get better at drawing and stuff, and those things were also in the algorithm. But you know what he said? He said that I wasn't like this before. This is just like when you get rich, you kind of like have time to spend time on hobbies. If you want to get extremely rich, then you have to like focus all of your time on money, and that's what he said that he was doing when he was not rich. And once he got rich, he had time to spend time on hobbies and try to like explore video games and get into the gym so often. It's like he also mentioned that he was not able to get into the gym so often because he was focused on money. And that was interesting to me because I thought that like getting to the gym is like essential and you need to never skip it. But people that are focused on their goals, they do not have the luxury of time to spend their time on getting to the gym even. You know, it's a healthy thing. It's something that we're being told is going to help us become mentally tough and all of that. But I guess if you're not totally obsessed with something, you're not gonna be as like the toppest, can you say that? I don't know. You're not gonna be on the on in the one few percent or something like that. Okay, moving on. That was all it was. It was saying that like if you're spending a huge chunk of your time on like for example drawing or arts or exploring Instagram or exploring other social medias, and you're being like really addicted to these things, you have to think about like, is that what the top person in my field is gonna spend their time on? Like if I want to be a great athlete, for example, right? You have to be like so obsessed with it that if somebody looks at your life, every part of your life is just like on inseparable with the endeavor that you're taking on. Like you are always working out, or you're always searching about like the best way to work out, or like you're learning about it. It's either you're doing the job or you're learning about the job. That's the definition of obsession, I guess. So we're moving on to the next video that I watched, and this video was like very mind-opening to me. It was a video from the Diary of a CEO, and it was from Scott Galloway. Okay, I'm not sure if that's the right spelling, but we're gonna go with that. So Scott Galloway was talking about the fact that you need to think about compound interest. You know, like you have to think about the fact that if you save money when you're young, you're not gonna have any problem once you get like older. Because think about it, if you like save 1,000 a month every single month when you're in your 20s, then you're gonna be rich by the time you reach your 50s. You're just gonna be like having a comfortable life. Maybe not the richest person, but like you're gonna have a comfortable life. And you have to think like that. You have to like think about compound effect, because we don't visualize this and we lose interest in the boring, tedious tasks that it requires us for us to do. Like time just goes by very fast. And if you do something tiny every single day, it's like a boring thing. You know, getting rich is not about doing the exciting things that you just like you're always hyped about. It's always about like doing the boring repetition that is going to compound over time, and that's going to create this monster of a wealth. It's exactly that, and there's nothing else to it. And also he talks about taking risks, which is something I am very uncomfortable with. But he said when you're young, you have to take a lot of risks and you have to fail fast. That's a concept that I need to remind myself all the freaking time. It's just like something I need to remind myself of. You have to fail fast, because if you prioritize failing, then you're prioritizing moving faster. And that's what we need. Move fast, even if you think you're gonna fail, because you're gonna learn. And that's how you learn. It's like also the compound effect. Every single day, few failures every single day, over a decade, you're going to become this monster of an expert in your field. And that's going to get you very far in life. And okay, so we're moving on to another point he was making, which is move to big cities. Just move to big cities, because that's gonna provide you with the opportunity of competing with the best. Because in the big cities, there are so many people that are very obsessed with the success that they're striving for, and that's going to be contagious, and you're gonna catch on to it, and like things are just gonna happen. It's a consequence, without you even moving a finger. That's the power of environment. Do not underestimate the power of environment. Okay, it's just like vital for us to take this into account all the freaking time. What else did I learn today? Okay, I might not be. Oh, and also like he said that you need to diversify your investment, because you don't know how it's gonna go. You invest in S&P, and it's not gonna be as great as like what other things are. I'm not actually good at investing. I'm pretending that I know anything about investing, but I don't, because I do not live in America. So this whole part of the conversation was not really making sense to me. I do not invest in these things that he was talking about. My investment is only in my business, and I love that. I just, it's the best investment is to invest in your business, but do not go all in one thing. Maybe this is the riskiest thing you can do, like to invest only in your business, because you don't know how your business is going to turn out. So you have to diversify. Investing in your own business might not be the best option when you have like other businesses to invest in, right? It's like you can invest in other countries companies that have much like higher chance of doubling your capital than investing in something that you're not pretty sure how it's going to go, because it's not been around for such a long time, and it's like the trend is not quite clear to you, because you're just like, you're new to your own business and you're trying to reinvest all the money into it. I know that Mr. Beast actually did that, but I think Mr. Beast is like a beast. You can't just like have no risk too much. Like, he was a risk taker, and he actually believed in that, and that's why he succeeded. Believe in your vision. Okay, that's the lesson that we're gonna get from Mr. Beast and all the other people, like Steve Jobs. Even those people were just so freaking they're very much invested in terms of like their faith, and their belief is all just connected to the business that they're doing, and that's why they kind of trust their own ability to salvage everything that they have. I guess, like, even if it goes wrong, they don't fear that either. So yeah, so this was like a very chaotic video, but that's what it's gonna be. It's just gonna be me taking notes and like trying to talk about these things without so much of an editing. Like, I don't want to edit myself. I just want to be raw and unfiltered. That's what it's all about. It's not about me trying to sound smart, okay? I am trying to sound dumb. That's what I'm doing here, because unless you sound dumb, you're not going to be able to become smart. Unless you're willing to sound dumb, you're not going to learn. So learning is about exposing yourself to so much more than you already are, and that's going to make you feel like you don't know so much, and that's the best feeling. That's like an indicator that you're doing the right thing, because you're like growing your territory, and you're exploring something that is super foreign to you, and like you're exploring outside of your comfort zone, and that's how you expand your territory. You're not going to be able to expand your territory by staying in the territory, right? You have to like step outside of it and see what's there, and you're going to feel unsafe, and you're going to feel like the world is about to crash down on you, and you're going to feel like, oh my god, I'm just going to die or something. That's the feeling that your default system is going to signal to you. The default system of the brain is going to inevitably signal to you that you're not in a safe environment. Signal to you that you're not in a safe environment, and that's exactly what's happening. Okay, so keep in mind that you need to stay foolish, stay hungry, stay foolish, was that the quote from Steve Jobs? Stay foolish, stay hungry. If you don't stay foolish, then you're gonna think that you know everything, and that's gonna keep you stagnant and stuck. You don't want to be stuck. Okay, thank you for listening to me. This was chaotic, but if you were listening to me, then I hope you gained something out of it. And tomorrow I'll be taking notes again and again. And the purpose behind me coming on here and trying to talk about what I've learned is to, first of all, try to cement the information that has been entering my brain. And then secondly, I would love to work on my narrative, work on communication, work on articulating stuff that I know. I want to be able to convey my message as clearly as possible, and this is a great practice for that. And another reason behind this is that I can stay consistent with it, and like this is actually a system that I'm trying to like hold myself accountable. So like every single day I have to publish one of these. If I read a book, if I listen to an article, if I read an article, if I listen to a lecture, whatever I do, if I like watch videos, whatever I do, I have to take notes. Otherwise, I'm not allowing myself to do any of that. Like I do not allow myself to just learn about something and not gain something out of it, and not like really put it into practice. So this is a great system that I can force myself to do so. And so thank you. If you think this is gonna work for you too, you can build up this system, and I will be happy to see you here commenting on my videos and like see your channel like mine, and we're gonna grow together, I guess. Thank you.